So I did end up making a sale a couple minutes before midnight. It was like 11:56, 11:54, something like that. Small sale, very small sale, but I still made a sale. It was before midnight, and I'm going to show you what it is because I didn't get to ship it yet. So I'm going to do this video quick so I could get it shipped out. But again, maybe a penny, a dime was in one of those jewelry boxes. It's just a stainless steel heart necklace. I don't know if you could see it good there, I hope, but yeah, I had it listed for $10.99. It ended up selling for $8.99. I sent them a best offer probably a couple days ago because I didn't even remember it, and then I seen it was listed at $10.99, and then I seen $8.99. So yeah, so I was happy. I still made a sale yesterday, small one, but I still made a sale. Again, pennies on the dollar. So today I'm going to share a rack.
I'm not really sure.
Okay, that's okay. That's fine.
That you may want to take a closer look at when you're in the thrift store. Now, maybe you already do this, but you know how we're in the thrift stores and we go through the racks, and some of them we don't really bother with, but we'll like kind of skim it over, you know? This one blew my mind. Anyway, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to show you why. Well, I'm going to tell you why, and then I'm going to show you why. So, I have, and how I came across this was, I have this, and I have like probably 4 bags. I'm going to show you, but here's my problem. These bags right here, these were all sealed. Another bag that I have torn open. And another one. Okay, so there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I do have a partial one in my room. So what's in those bags? They're all children's clothes that my son had given me. Now, when I do end up listing them, I'm going to give them most of the profit that I make from them. But anyway, what happened was he gave me all the clothes. He said, here, you can list them, you know, whatever. So I was so excited. I opened up the bag and I started pulling stuff out and looking at it, and go to the next bag, do the same thing, the next bag, do the same thing. And I felt so overwhelmed because it's not a category. There's such nice things in some of them, and they're cute and are in really, really nice condition. I just felt overwhelmed. It's a category I don't sell in. So I'm like, what do I do next? Which is what I should have done first, because I want to put those clothes back in nice bags again and box them up or something. But I should have just stuck to one bag. But anyway, lost my train of thought. Anyway, what I should have done first is look up the sold listings. Check the that you want to pay attention to anymore. Now, I'm not going to, that one's outrageously high. I actually think it did sell. I'm not exactly sure though, but that's freaking crazy. Now, most of these shirts, there's a lot of concert shirts in here. Now, I did put in the search results, vintage kids shirts. And then I wrote vintage children's shirts. Now, pay attention to the kids' rack, the shirts from the 90s. I wish I would have held on. Now, I have all sons. I don't like, so I don't have a lot of this Disney stuff, but check this out. $383, 33 bids on it for a vintage 90 shirt from Disney. Well, there's more. Here's another one, vintage kids Aladdin. Single stitch. And if you don't know what things are, I highly recommend, like if you don't know what single stitch are, check out a couple of people that have them, the single stitch in the title. Go into their listing and then you could see the single stitch that they're showing you. And look at this, this is just on a regular background. This one, it sold for $308, a regular tile floor background. They have 9 pictures, 9 good pictures. Nice measurements. There's the picture of the tag. And you may find a different tag when you're out there. Size 5'6", children's 5'6". And you can see there's a flaw. Another little flaw he's pointing out. Crazy. There's more. Yeah, but this is how I came across it. Here's one. This is vintage Milo. I don't know who that is. $250 or best offer. Now, I know you can go in, you can look at the feedback and see if the person left feedback. Not everybody leaves feedback, so it doesn't mean that the sale didn't go through. So just keep that in mind. Here's a 90s WWF, $225. Another one from Disney, $204. Here's just a Disney shirt, another Disney. There were other brands besides Disney, though. Here's a Child's Play. I'm trying to... Vintage Pokemon, $189. Well, here's a rare vintage Lion King. Vintage Zelda Nintendo. And a lot of times on these vintage shirts, you can find, even on the older concert shirts and the old Harley Davidson shirts, you can find a date on them. So look for a date, and it's usually on the front. Sometimes you'll see them, the newer ones kind of have them like up inside of the shirt. But yeah, a lot of the older ones have them on the front. Now, don't quote me. You could find something different, but look for a date on some of these shirts. This one says 1989 Nintendo. Jurassic Park. Now, a best offer was taken, but this is stuff that my kids grew up with that I just never thought to keep any of it. Look at another WWF Heartbreak Kid. What you could do is, right here, think of back in the 90s, what were the characters route? So we have, who were they? The Power Rangers and Barney. So let's see, vintage, I'm going to Google vintage Barney shirt. Vintage Barney shirt. Now, you can see some of the prices they put that at, but let's go to sold. And we're going to go to highest. All right, now you can see this one sold for $499. $499 for Barney's World Tour 1991 Neiman Marcus shirt with Barney and Baby Bop on it. Okay. Vintage Samurai. These are some older cartoons. Think of the cartoons from the 90s. Vintage 1993 Flintstones. You know, when I'm thinking of Flintstones, I'm thinking back in the 70s and 80s. Here's one from 1993, a shirt from 1993. That sold for, there was a best offer taken out. Who knows what the best offer was? I didn't go in and look, but Beavis and Butthead, $95 with Barney. But these are vintage Barney ones, so keep an eye out for vintage children's Barneys. You know, a little bit less than $100. Yeah, so I thought that, you know, I know we go through some racks because we're in such a hurry to get to the stuff that we know we like to look for and sell, that we kind of just skim through other racks. Now, maybe you don't, but I know I do. I'll just like kind of give a quick run through sometimes, which I know. Like if I was by myself, I'd be there all day. I would look through everything, I think, you know. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the day. If you haven't already, please like, please subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Take care.